shear force. Now, किस तरह, क्योंकि you applied the force on this side, you apply the force on this side, so it is trying to fracture from this portion, the green line. You can see this. This is how the shear forces are generated in an axial component. So if you want to compute the shear stresses on this bolt, so you have got this equation, shear stress, which is denoted with chaw, and this is equals to shear force divided by area. Okay, the basic stress definitions remain same for every types of stress, whether it is compressive, whether it is tensile, whether it is bearing, or whether it is shear stress. Okay, so every time what you have to do, you need to divide the force divided with area. Another shear force, the practical example for shear force. So you might have seen scissors. So when you apply the forces with your thumb and fingers on the scissors, so actually what it is causing shear stress on these blades. Okay, similarly, you might have seen these kinds of cracks on a wall. So whenever you see such failure at 45-degree angle, so that means this object is being failed in shear. And you might do some practical.
Sir, kindly
Yes.
repeat this example.
Okay, so now you might have seen these cracks on a wall. इस तरह के cracks आपने देखे होंगे. Okay, these are some practical example. Okay, how can you visualize the shear stress? Whether the object is failing in shear or because it is trying to split. These two portions are trying to split just like this. ये दोनों चीजें देखें. Look at this bar. So it is trying to split in, or it is trying to fail in a sliding manner. Look at this. So if you see such kind of behavior, that means the shear stresses are higher, or the material is not able to sustain the shear stresses. Now you can also look at this animation. Shear stresses are like this, the sliding manner. Geology में आपने कुछ पढ़ा होगा related to this. So what kind of sliding effect को geology में क्या कहते हैं? Do you remember?
Fault.
Landscape.
G?
Landscape.
No, not landscape.
Sir,
Anyways,
fault.
just wanted to show you how the shear stresses are visualized. What does it mean? It actually means the failure in a sliding manner. Okay, when the body is trying to shear off. इसकी simple example I gave you when you rub your hands. So when you rub your hands, that means you're applying some forces in a shear forces. Okay, so this force will cause shear stresses. So this is how it will look like in our field. Okay, in civil engineering structures. So there is another type of stress, that is bearing stress. So it is stress which is caused due to the contact pressure between these two surfaces. For example, so now see, this is a hole and this is these two plates are joined together. Okay, so what we have to do, we need to find the force at the bearing area and area force at the bearing and area at the bearing. Okay, AB divided by PB. So it's actually what we have to see, we need to consider which surfaces are being connected with each other. So we need to find the bearing stress. So bearing stress are simply defined as the contact pressure between two separate surfaces. So these two separate surfaces are joined by certain means. If you want to find the stresses, okay, जिस तरह ये bolt देखें, if you want to find the stresses, okay, on this area जहाँ पर ये bolt connected है, so इसको आपको क्या करना है, you just need to find the force and area of this gray portion. So you will be able to find the bearing stress. Another type of stress is normal stress. Okay, so normal और direct stresses क्या होते हैं? Can I say compressive or tensile stress is normal stress or not?
Yes, sir, because they are acting perpendicularly to the surface, to the cross sectional area.
Exactly. Very nice. So when the stresses are basically acting normal to the plane, a plane को समझें, because this term we will be using many times. Plane क्या होता है? Yesterday I also gave you an example for plane. जिस तरह paper है, A4 paper for the plane, that is a plane. It's a two-dimensional figure. किसी भी surface को हम plane कहते हैं. Okay? For example, this is a block. And these are the coordinate system. Okay, now this is the xy plane. आ रही है बात समझ में? This is xy plane. This is xy plane. अब ये plane कौन सा हो जाएगा? Which plane is this? Look at this coordinate system.
ZY, sir.
ZY plane, yes. Which plane is this?
ZX.
ZX plane, exactly. So see, these are the planes. So every time if I ask you to find the stress on xy plane, so you need to take this dimension of area. For example, इसकी dimensions हैं 4 feet, okay, 6 feet, it is 4 feet. So every time, जिस तरह मैंने कल कहा था, normally we take this cross-sectional area, okay. Again you need to see on which plane you are going to find the stresses. So accordingly you need to find the area. ठीक है? So things are very simple. We are trying to teach in a different way. जो चीज़ आप पढ़ के आए हैं, we will be repeating all these things but in a different manner. So normal is when the stress is acted a section. So this is okay. This is a kind of a section normal to the plane. That means perpendicular. जिस तरह ये है. If I draw the front view of this, so this is x, this is y. So if this stress is acting, this is perpendicular to this plane, okay? This force is perpendicular to this plane, so this means that is direct stress or normal stress. So this can be compressive, this can also be tensile. Simple. So now volumetric stress. Who will define the volumetric stresses for me?
Sir, stress is developed due to three mutually perpendicular forces is called volumetric stress.
Okay. Okay, it is written in the slides. I am just asking, at least you guys try to participate in this class. Only if you are participating. I don't know बाकियों के साथ क्या मसला है. See, the answer is written in the slides. You just need to read it, understand it, and let me know what is the actual answer. 113. 113, are you around?
Yes,
Double
yes,
one
sir.
three. 113. Can you define the bearing stress for me?
Bearing stress?
I just gave you the definition for bearing stress. Double one three.
Sir, the bearing stress is a constant pressure between two separate surface.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
So can you? Sorry, I got the connectivity issue. Can you hear me or not?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's back to this volumetric stress. So it is like when you are trying to push or pull an object. Okay, so the stress is generated in such case. So they will be termed as volumetric stresses. Now you just need to remember volumetric stresses produce a change in volume, but the body without producing distortion in any shape. The shape will remain same. Okay, only the volume will differ. Either it will increase the
Sir,
volume of this block or decrease the volume of this block, but it does not change the shape of this block. Yes.
सर शेप डायमेंशन सर घट थी विञनि थियूं त सर शेप ते त इफेक्ट पवंदो न या हिते शेप मां मुराद पियो खणे
Shape, this is cubical shape. And your matlab hai, so whatever the change is happening on this block, so it will be same. Mathagam, the change will be same on these sides. If you apply the force, the change will be same. So obviously, this cube will remain cube. Okay, only the capacity will differ.
थैंक यू सर
ठीक है
Sir, dimension change, shape भी change थींदो न.
ज़रूरी कोन है शेप तॾहिं चेंज थींदो जॾहिं हितां खां वधीक चेंज थिए मथां खां घटि चेंज थिए ओके सो इन सच केसेस द शेप विल चेंज जॾहिं हर पासे खां इक्वल चेंज थी थिए नाउ लुक एट दिस जस्ट गिव यू आई एम गिविंग यू द एग्जांपल सो insert this is shapes this is 3D okay now this is the volume ये ब्लॉक नजर अचे थो
Yes, sir. You समझो तो
जी
sir.
सर.
एक मिनट वाइट पेज पे थोड़ा सा दिखा दो यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इन मोर
सर
क्लियरली
सर कहीं भी एक फासे का फोर्स लॻंदो उसके से डायमेंशन चेंज थी वेंदा पोइ सर मां इहा ॻाल्हि कई.
यस मुंहिंजे पुट ॾिस हे क्यूब आहे न नाउ सी जेकॾहिं मां हीअं अप्लाई थो करियां नाउ सी आई एम अप्लाइंग द फोर्स along वन डायरेक्शन ॾिसो So this is causing the change in shape. But volumetric stress याद होता है, the force is acting equally on three mutual perpendicular directions. So in such manner, the block will decrease like this. So now see, So now see, it is not changing the shape. Shape change है bro. Only dimensions are changing. You getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is not changing the shapes, only the capacity or the dimensions are being changed. अब दूसरा देखें, सिर्फ यहाँ से अगर मैं इसको shrink करूँ, only the force is applied on this one direction. अब ये देखें, so now it is changing the shape as well as the dimensions. Are you getting it? Similarly, अगर मैं इस तरफ से इसको shrink करने की कोशिश करूँ, so now it is changing the shape. But if I am trying to shrink this object from all three directions simultaneously, so the shape will remain same, only the volume capacity will differ. Either it will increase or decrease. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so seriously. Now, most important thing. So you have solved so many examples on this kind of loading, axial centric loading. So who will define it for me? What is axial loading? What is axial centric loading?
सर एक्सियल लोडिंग तो वो होती है जो एक्सिस से पास हो, और सेंट्रिक यानी एक्सिस से पास होकर सेंटर से भी इन क्रॉस हो।
जो सर एक्सेस से पास हो सर।
Now look at this. This is a bar. Okay, this is a bar. So it has got a center. Okay, axial loading means this is x, this is y. The force is being passed along the axis. अब क्योंकि this is also a force. Okay, the compressive force, but it is not passing from the center of this cross section. Okay, so this is a kind of an axial loading. When the force is being passed from the center of this cross section, उसको हम कहेंगे axial centric loading. Okay, now see, axial loading is loading parallel to the longitudinal axis of the member. So look at this example. So this load is parallel to this is the longitudinal axis, okay, along the length. So this is length of the object. So longitudinal axis matlab along the length of the object. So loading parallel to the longitudinal axis of the member. So this is axial loading. Centric loading, line of action of the resultant force passing through the centroid of the section. So this is centric, axial centric loading. Got it? Simple concept. You might know. You might have studied this thing in strength of materials one. Okay, it's just a repetition. Now, अब मुझे ये बताएं, okay, just a simple example. Now tell me, यहाँ पर stress क्या generate होंगे and what will be the value of stress in this kind of problem? This is the first example, this is second example. In first example, the force is acting at the centroid of this cross section. So how will you find the stress in such case? In second example, the force is not passing through the centroid of cross section. So how will you find the stress in such case? Yes. Okay, tell me for this one first. The first example. Come on, say something.
Sir, maybe by combining these both.
No, the first example is simple. This is P by A. So force P is given to us and the cross sectional area, suppose it is A. So this is stress. Why
Okay.
we are using this equation for first case? Because the resultant force, now look at this, the line of action of resultant force passing through this, when the resultant of all forces passing through the centroid of cross section, in such case the stresses will be uniform in the member, and we know how to calculate the uniform stresses, that is P by A. इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका यही मतलब है ना कि यूनिफॉर्म स्ट्रेसेस, the stresses are same and throughout the cross section. So ये equation हम कब use करते हैं? When the resultant of all forces passing through the centroid of cross section. Okay, in such case the stresses will be uniform and this equation will be. In this case, now both examples look exactly the same, but now this force is not passing from the centroid of cross section. So due to this, अब इसमें मसला क्या होगा? It will not only produce the normal stresses, okay, it will also produce the moment. क्योंकि हमारे पास this is the lever arm, okay, so this force will also try to rotate this object. So we may have some bending stresses as well as in such cases. Okay, now look at this. सिर्फ force की position change होने की वजह से see what is the state of stress. State of stress ही change हो जाती है. This is what we will try to study in this course. Now see, physically the both examples looks exactly the same, but just you change the location of this force. Okay, now this becomes easy, this becomes bit complicated. ठीक है?
ओके सर।
सर यानी कि जो एक्सियल होगा वो बिल्कुल एक्सिस से पास होगा और जो सेंट्रोइड से पास होगा वो लाजमी नहीं कि वो एक्सियल से पास हो। अगर एक्सियल से पास
नहीं
होगा तो वो
नहीं, axial. Now try to look. Axial means loading parallel to the longitudinal axis. Now in both cases the load is parallel to the longitudinal axis. Longitudinal मतलब length wise, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर भी parallel है ना longitudinal axis की, यहाँ पर भी parallel है
हाँ।
longitudinal axis. So this is axial loading. सेंट्रिक लोडिंग का क्या मतलब है? एक्सियल तो वो होगी बट इट विल आल्सो पास फ्रॉम द सेंट्रॉइड ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन, ठीक है? दैट इज व्हाई इट इज रिटन हियर एक्सियल सेंट्रिक लोडिंग. In simple, how stress analysis we do, we can do the stress analysis by cutting the object in transverse section, मतलब along the cross section, okay, if you want to find the stresses on this portion, okay, on this portion, so what you will do, you will cut a section. When you cut a section, so you will be having two forces, because हमें balance करने के लिए we need to apply the equilibrium equations. So one will be the normal force which will be perpendicular to this plane, and one will be the shear force which will be parallel to this plane. ओके किसी भी चीज़ को हम कट करेंगे वहाँ पर हमें ऑटोमेटिकली दो फोर्सेस मिल जाएंगी. ओके एक नॉर्मल फोर्स होगी विच विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन, और एक पैरेलल फोर्स होगी which is known as the shear force. Okay, so in order to find, okay, so this is the for the transverse cut. So if you want to find the stresses in on inclined plane, जरूरी नहीं है कि कट इस तरह हो. Sometimes you might see the panels, the wood panels are joined in this manner. Okay, कोई भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट इस तरह भी हम जोड़ सकते हैं. So if we are trying to merge these objects, two objects in this way, so what kind of stresses or how we can evaluate the stresses in such cases? ठीक है, अब इस चीज पे जाहिर बात है कि यहाँ पर कुछ स्ट्रेसेस जनरेट होंगे, बिकॉज वी आर ज्वाइनिंग दीज टू. जॉइंट जो होते हैं दे आर द वीकर पोर्शंस. वीकर पोर्शन क्या होते हैं, दे हैव गॉट द slightly less resisting capacity, okay, force resisting capacity. So obviously when there is resistance, that means there will be stresses. So how many or what will be the magnitude of the stresses along this plane? So वो हम किस तरह करेंगे? Simple, when you cut a section, okay, you will be having again two forces, the normal force which will be perpendicular to the plane, and shear force which will be parallel to the plane, and we will be having a resultant force which will be lying in between these two. Okay, so in order to find the value of stresses, so how will we find the normal stress in such case? So we know that normal stress is defined as force per unit area. So every type of stress is defined as force per unit area. It depends which type of force you are taking. If it is shear force, then shear force per unit area. If it is normal force, then means normal force per unit area. So basic definition is same. So this is how the stresses are uniformly distributed along this inclined plane. So again the equation will be same, sigma is equals to n by a. Okay, this is how we compute the stresses on inclined plane. Normally for the sign convention, tensile stresses are taken as positive and the compressive stresses are taken as positive. This is just assumption, okay, you can also choose versa, but normally this sign convention is adopted in the book. So that is why we will be also using conventions. वो पॉजिटिव इस वजह से लेते हैं, टेंशन में चीज़ें इंक्रीज होती हैं, ओके, लेंथ वाइज इंक्रीज होती है तो इस वजह से पॉजिटिव. कंप्रेशन में द डायमेंशंस आर बीइंग श्रंक, सो इस वजह से इट इज नेगेटिव. ओके, so you can also choose vice versa, but you need to mention whenever you solve any problem, so you need to mention which sign convention you are dealing with. Okay, so in our similarly, अब जैसे हमने यहाँ पर normal stresses देखे, similarly in order to find the shear stress, so we know that shear stress is denoted with tau, and tau is equals to shear force divided by A. And
सर
again,
अभी सर अब
जी
कंक्लूजन स्ट्रेस एनालिसिस क्या बनेगा, मतलब स्ट्रेस एनालिसिस क्या है, हम क्यों यूज करते हैं?
आपको पता चलेगा कि what is the maximum value of stresses are being generated due to the applied load. आपको स्ट्रेस मैक्सिमम वैल्यू जब आएगी तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन चूज द मटेरियल, हम कौन सा मटेरियल यूज करें जो उस स्ट्रेस को रेजिस्ट कर सके. ठीक है, दिस इज एनालिसिस. तो एनालिसिस में वी मोस्टली फाइंड के मैक्सिमम फेल्यूर किस पॉइंट पे आएगा. उस मैक्सिमम फेल्यूर को रोकने के लिए वी नीड टू propose some solutions either in terms of materials, either in terms of design, and there are so many other things as well. Okay,
ओके सर.
so this is just a simple question, do it and show me the answers. So a plate steel alloy bar has a thickness of 10 mm and a width of 60 mm. It is subjected to an axial centric loading in tension of 60 kN. Determine the normal stress and shear stress in the bar on both transverse plane and inclined plane. So first try to do the stress calculation along transverse plane. You might have done these examples in strength of materials one. Do it and let me know whether you guys know or not. So find the normal stress and shear stress. This is question number 1, this is question number 2. So first solve one and then switch to the 2. And tell me the answers. The force is given to you, cross-sectional area is given to you, you just need to divide it, that's it. So find the value of normal and shear stress.
सर नॉर्मल की वैल्यू आएगी 100.
और shear की?
सर वो कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूँ.
Okay. Anyone else? Why girls are not participating in this class? Zero 60. 0, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what will be the value of normal stress?
Sir, 100. Transverse
What will
cut
be
में
the
100 है.
units? Okay, 100 watt, 100 watt, KSI,
100
PSI,
Newton per millimeter square.
watt.
And
Sir,
shear
and-
stress 0 होगा.
Okay, so shear stress is 0 and the normal is 100. My question is still same. What will be the units? Units are very
Newton per
important, okay?
millimeter square.
121. 121. 121, are you there? First of all, you should change your DP, okay? This looks scary. Okay, put a decent DP. Okay, now tell me 1 K is equal to how many millimeter? One megapascal is equal to how many Newton per millimeter square? 121. I'm asking you.
1000.
कौन तो होचे?
1000 Newton per.
0.5, are you around? 0.5. Okay, those who are not responding, I am removing them from the meeting. 109, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 109, please tell me 1 MPa is equals to how many Newton per millimeter square?
Sir, I don't know, sir, but
Why you don't know?
sir,
I've also posted this slide on this our teams. Why don't you look at these slides? And you have been doing these
yes,
kinds of problem from strength of materials one. So yesterday I gave you this numbers and
sir,
I
मैंने
told you
slide पढ़ी है पर
memorize these. मैंने आपको कहा था please memorize these things. These things are very important.
सर जहन में निकल गए ऐसे वजह से.
Okay, okay. No worries. Just memorize these things.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, these things will be very helpful for solving the problems. ठीक है, नहीं तो confusion होगी. Okay, now coming back to this problem which I gave you. So this was the question along the transverse plane. So I am giving the name AT. Simply the force is given to us. So normal force will also be equal to 60 because of equilibrium. So simply in order to find the normal force, so stress is equals to N divided by A, 60 divided by 600, and this will give us 0.1 kilonewton per millimeter square or 100 जिस तरह आपने निकाला है, which is in tension because it is positive. Okay, 100 megapascals in tension. And the calculations, the unit conversion I have also shown. For shear stress, we can see there is no vertical force acting on this object. So since there is no vertical force, obviously this force value will be 0. So that is why shear stress is 0. This is the simple question. Okay, now this calculation is along the transverse plane, along the cross section. Okay, so what if you want to find along an inclined plane? So in such cases, how will you find the stresses? Okay, you just need to play with the resolution of forces. क्या है आपने resolution of forces?
Yes, sir.
Try to look this by yourself and explain it to me tomorrow. It's easy. You just need to find the normal and shear force divided with area, and that's it. Since the forces are not perpendicular, they are at certain angle. So इस वजह से what we have to do, we need to resolve it either by sin theta or cos theta. So see, if you look at this example, I have solved this question with two methods. Okay, similar triangle method or the trigonometric method. So if you see, similar triangle method is bit easy.